Welcome to Chapter 8 of Sentiment and Social Media Management. I am Dr. Ala Jabbar Al-Maliki, and today we are looking at how organizations protect themselves online, right here at University Utara Malaysia's School of Computing. For an organization, social media platforms function as significant attack vectors. Threats like spam, phishing, and data leaks constantly test the integrity of your digital perimeter. It is impossible to eliminate every risk on these platforms. However, implementing preventive controls reduces exposure, helps maintain stakeholder trust, and ensures compliance with legal requirements. We enforce these controls through two primary IT concepts: access control, which restricts system resources to authorized users, and information governance, which manages the security and privacy of our digital assets. Applying strict IT principles to a public platform is the only reliable way to defend an organization's digital reputation against external exploitation.
The first line of defense is the policy. This document is the formal operational code that dictates how employees and departments interact with external platforms. A complete policy branches into 5 areas: acceptable use, confidentiality, content management, security, and compliance. These policies establish technical security requirements, such as mandatory multi-factor authentication and secure account management for all official organizational handles. They also set absolute limits on what can be shared publicly. An effective policy explicitly bans the disclosure of trade secrets, customer information, financial data, or internal documents. On professional platforms, these rules are vital. Establishing clear policies allows an organization to actively report and manage fraudulent professional profiles that attempt to impersonate their brand or employees. Without well-defined policies, human error leads directly to information leakage, undermining the effectiveness of technical safeguards. Our second defensive pillar addresses a technical reality. Social media platforms function as data harvesting engines, processing high-volume streams of personal and organizational information. Oversharing often starts with minor errors, such as an employee posting a photo with a confidential document visible in the background. Cybercriminals use this publicly available information to orchestrate targeted identity theft and social engineering attacks. External applications pose another hidden threat. Third-party APIs can collect user and organizational information in the background without proper authorization. The consequences of weak privacy governance are well documented. Historical data exposure cases have repeatedly demonstrated how vulnerable unmanaged organizational information can be when platform security fails. Let's apply this. Imagine a third-party analytics app requests full read and write access to UEM's official account. How do we evaluate this using privacy protection measures? We apply data minimization. We configure the privacy settings to grant the absolute minimum access required, and we use access management to ensure only authorized personnel can approve that connection. Privacy protection and cybersecurity are deeply intertwined. Managing these settings is the primary technical layer that defends your organizational digital identity. This flowchart maps out a user management strategy, moving from monitoring to warnings, content moderation, and eventually blocking. Blocking is a reactive intervention we use to protect digital communities from harm. We use blocking mechanisms as a security control to halt malicious activities. It restricts accounts from distributing malware, phishing links, and coordinated spam. However, blocking decisions involve significant trade-offs. Organizations must neutralize misinformation and abusive behavior while managing public perception and concerns regarding freedom of expression. To navigate this, computer scientists utilize social media analytics. By analyzing abnormal behavior and high-risk interactions, we can detect automated bot attacks before they escalate. Ultimately, blocking is an access control problem. It is the deliberate restriction of malicious actors from a digital resource to prevent threats from intensifying. Let's see how these pillars operate in tandem. Consider this timeline of a cyber attack targeting an e-commerce brand. First, attackers attempt to compromise the account directly. Our policy mandating multi-factor authentication stops this login attempt. Next, attackers try scraping the follower list for spear phishing. Strict privacy settings block the data harvesting script, protecting customer information. Finally, attackers pose phishing links in comments. Analytics detects the anomaly, and active user blocking severs the connection. This gives us our integrated framework. Policies establish the guidelines that reduce risk, privacy measures protect sensitive data, and blocking executes active threat prevention. Mitigating social media risk is a systematic process. By combining policies, privacy, and user management, organizations build resilience against modern cyber threats. Thank you for joining this lecture from University Utara Malaysia's School of Computing.